Have questions about your pets? Looking for your next forever friend? We've got you covered. This is Pet Connection with Energy 95.3. Now, here's Eric Fox.
And welcome to another edition of Pet Connection. What's going on? My name is Eric Fox, live from my offices here at Energy 95.3. And of course, the other side of the screen shared with today, Nick and Jessica's joining us today as a special guest. How are you guys doing this morning?
We're doing real good. Thank you again, as always, for having us.
Well, I love having you guys here because, of course, our goal is always to get our listeners and the lovely pets we're going to meet some forever homes that they can share together. Last week, of course, we had a couple amazing pets that we introduced. Scout is still available for adoption. So if you caught it last week and you're like, oh, that beautiful cat with the beautiful coloring on the paws, definitely check that out. Trick and Treat did get to a foster home, which is beautiful. Those couple of puppies that had those little scarves that were just amazing. We're going to meet some new amazing pets today. And I hear we're starting today with Toby. Can you tell us a little bit about Toby?
We are. Jessica has with her Toby. Toby is about a 9-week-old kitten, so he's ready to go home. I think we're seeking adoption for Toby. He's, like I said, about 9 weeks old. He's got beautiful markings on him. He's came in a litter of 5, and they were found under a shed with their mom, and he's trying to get under some equipment now.
Very curious cat right there.
But yeah, he came in. He was found under a shed with his mom and his brothers and sisters. He's a little shy at first, but once he opens up, he's certainly ready to play. James, as well as his other siblings, are available for adoption today. And like I said, he's about 9 weeks old, just shy of 2 pounds, probably a little bit over 2 pounds by now. But he's going to make somebody a really cool addition to their family. Again, he's a kitten, so he's got all that kitten energy, something you got to be
nice. So very curious and very, very inquisitive. I definitely like see the eyes looking around, like wondering all the new items and objects that you can discover. Looks like going after some toys too. So that number right there is on your screen, A1130059. Just love playful kitties, and I'm sure if we had a microphone right there, we're hearing some purrs right there as well.
And just to give you all a heads up, like what you see right here, what Jessica is holding, Toby, is just a living, breathing example of why our foster program is important. Our foster program finds temporary placement in temporary homes with Kern County families that are just super helpful and lifesavers. Toby and his brothers and sisters came in. They were too young for us to place up for adoption, too young for us to keep here in the shelter, and they gave Toby and his siblings some temporary care until he was old enough to be adopted. And that's how he's with us today. That's how we were able to bridge that gap, and that's how he's sitting before you today. So adoption is what we're seeking for Toby, but we're always seeking more foster families so that we can save the next litter of kitties that comes to us.
Beautiful coloring there as Toby was going across the screen there. You just see all the coloring on the side. Such a beautiful, beautiful cat. Now, Nick, we were talking about fostering. We've mentioned a few times in the past. Fostering is such a something in which gives someone maybe a chance to discover if that pet is their new forever friend, and usually they are. But can you share a little more on the fostering process?
Sure. We have different fosters. We have fosters who foster with the intent to adopt. So they already know that they're probably going to adopt the animal, but for whatever reason, they seek foster first. Perhaps they are wanting to see if the animal is a good fit for them. Maybe we just want to get it out of the shelter environment for health reasons. And those are foster to adopt, but then we have what we call serial fosters. Serial fosters are folks, and we don't have enough of them, we wish we had more, that are simply there to foster the pets for a short period of time and then give them back to us, like Toby and his siblings, so that they can have their home empty for the next set of animals that comes into the shelter. Those are serial fosters, so we always need those, and they're hard to come by because not many people have that much free time that they can care for a litter of kittens every 4 weeks.
Right.
And then we have folks that are medical fosters. Animals that come in that are injured or ill that are under our care and treatment, and they would recover better in a home environment. And those people are vital. We have programs where we have animals that are terminally ill. We call it a fospice care, FOSPICE, fospice.
Mm-hmm.
And all that is a foster care program for hospice dogs that we just want them to live out their lives in a home, you know? So our foster program, and then a program that Jessica is real familiar with because she was integral in it, is our Streets of Bakersfield program, where, you know, we just want you to come in and perhaps take a dog out for a couple hours. You know, we had one dog that went out to a day-long foster gig and was on a boat for most of the day. And then they brought it back to us. And so, I mean, fosters are our way of getting animals out of the shelter. It's our way of making permanent matches, but it really has given us the strength and the foster base to start saving incredible amount of lives.
Now, I know we see the phone number behind you, 868-7120. That's one way to get hold of you. Is there any other way in which they can reach, maybe if they're interested in one of those foster programs?
Yeah, so the easiest way is if you go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Kern County Animal Services. Right at the top of our Facebook page, there is an application that's titled Emergency Foster Application. Don't let the title emergency fool you. We consider all the animals that come into the shelter an emergency. They need to leave our facility as soon as possible. So you fill out that application, and we have a really good foster team, and our foster team will look at those applications, and whatever you write down in that application is what we will call you for when we have the need. So that's the easiest way. If you have questions, if you have questions, if you have questions about the foster care program, you're more than welcome to come down to our facility at 3951 Fruitvale Avenue. We're open from Monday through Saturday, 10 to 4 most days, 2 to 7 on Wednesdays. You can shoot us an email at Animal Services, at animalservices@kerncounty.com. You can give us a call at the number above our head. So we try to be as available as we can to answer all the questions for anybody that's willing to help us save lives.
Love that. Once again, you're seeing Toby on the screen, A1130059. I just love watching Toby play over there. Jessica's got the ball rolling.
He's opening up. He's starting to get more comfortable.
There we go. Well, let's definitely get Toby ready for that forever home. And if you are a cat lover, of course, go check out Toby. And also, if you're a dog lover, I know we have a couple dogs we're going to meet in just a moment here. So we're gonna do a little prep work for that. Now, we were talking about the Streets of Bakersfield program. So if someone just for a day, maybe for a lunch hour, that kind of thing, they want to go ahead and like spend some time with a dog that needs some of that fresh air, needs some non-kennel time. That's a way in which not only can you help the dog, you can also help yourself, give yourself a little self-care too, right?
Yeah, I think one of the, it's of course one of our primary jobs is to find permanent homes for our animals, but one of the close secondary jobs that we have is we want to keep them happy and healthy while they're here. You know, a shelter environment is super scary for a dog. You know, it's probably not that unlike being in a prison where you're scared and the dogs are scared. And so we know that we want to keep them happy and healthy while they're here. And the more we can get them out of their shelter, the more we can get them into normal environments to express normal behavior, the better off, the happier they're going to be while they're in the shelter. Their emotional well-being is tied closely to their physical well-being as well. So if they're happy dogs, they're going to be healthy dogs too. So it's so important that we get animals out into the community as often as possible, even if they have to come back to us and we keep them here in the shelter environment. But it's so good for their health, so good for their emotional well-being, and it increases the odds that they're going to stay forever in their adoptive home when they do leave our facility.
Which, of course, is always our goal, to get them their forever home. And I see we have James join us, right?
Yes.
Beautiful James hanging out there.
Hey, bud. Yeah, James.
What can you tell us about James?
James is available for adoption. He's already neutered, so he's ready to go. He is about 18 months old. Most of the dogs that come into the shelter, it's anybody's guess what breed they are, to be honest with you. We do always try to take a quick guess, but that's why we kind of keep them general. We'll tell you it's a terrier mix, or it's a bully mix, or it's a shepherd mix. We think James may be a Chihuahua mix, maybe with a few other breeds in him, but all we know is that he's about 17 pounds of curiosity, and happiness. He's a super cool dog. He's very alert, very happy, very smart. Like I said, he's about shy of 2 years old, about 17 pounds. He's super energetic. Loves other dogs. Loves being around people. As you can see, he loves chest scratches, which is Jessica is giving him right now. He walks well on a leash, which is cool. And he's looking for an active family to take him on adventures. And when we say active, you know, you have different, just like people, you have different types of lifestyles that dogs are well suited for.
Mm-hmm.
If you know that you're of a lifestyle that likes to stay at home more often and maybe relax and watch television, you know, an active dog is probably not going to be your thing. You might want to seek something that's a little bit more reserved. But if you're out,
Right.
you like to go out hiking and you like to go out running and jogging and exercising, you know, a dog like James is going to be a good match for that.
James is beautiful and just chill and just loves being there. Such beautiful coloring too. Very curious as well, so I can definitely see the active side. So whatever adventures you like going on in your life, looks like James is all ready to go alongside you.
Yeah, and he's not going to get much bigger than he is right now. He might add on a little weight depending on how you feed him, but he's about done growing. So this is what you see here is probably what's going to fit into your family, just the way it is.
And he said James is ready to go home. So, I mean, today if you come down or call that number that's right there, 868-7120, James is ready to be your forever buddy, right?
Yes, absolutely. That's James, and he's super curious.
There you go. James, A113-2294. And I hear that we have one more guest going to become joining us today. And another beautiful dog, of course. We're talking about Layla, which is one of my favorite classic rock songs. I do like the classic rock as well as the energy music. And definitely a great song, which means I'm definitely looking forward to a beautiful, amazing puppy. Layla is, and we're going to do a little camera move here, it looks like. So we'll get that all set up for you. Once again, that number, 868-7120. Get more information online, of course, Kern County Animal Services.com. They're an amazing group that is ready to be there for you. Oh, look at Layla joining. And like I said in the past, every dog's a lap dog as long as it fits on your lap. So Layla, a nice little lap dog. What can you tell us about Layla?
Well, I can tell you the first thing is that Layla is a little bit lighter than she was when she walked in. She had an accident out in the hallway.
Oh, it's Layla, live broadcasting here.
that usually tells us a couple of things. Hopefully that means that they're somewhat potty trained. We have a lot of dogs that come into the facility that, you know, they keep their kennels clean. So when we come in the morning, they haven't went potty in the kennel, which usually means that they've probably been in a home and are somewhat potty trained. It's a good thing to start with. But Layla is about 2 years old. She's probably a bully breed lab mix, maybe a little boxer in her. She's got beautiful eyes.
Oh, I love that.
But
how can you say no to that right there?
Right. She's like I said, she's about 2 years old. She's just under 50 pounds, 47 pounds. She's very, very sweet, as you can see. She loves to be around people. And she gets along well with other dogs, which is cool. She does play hard and a little rough sometimes. But she's going to do best in a home with another dog with high energy. She walks well on a leash. And she's looking, like we said, for an active family. And like I was saying, adoption is what we're seeking for Layla. And she's got 2 different colored eyes, which is cool.
That's amazing.
I
love that.
We try to make sure that we get a good connection with a family that if we see that their behavior or their demeanor is active, then that's probably going to be the best fit. So Layla's looking for somebody with an active lifestyle.
Let's go and pop that information on the screen. Layla, who we're seeing on the screen right now, that is A113-1998 is the information. And once again, that phone number, 868-7120. And you said today is kind of your later day, so maybe if someone has to work today, they can definitely come join you guys. You're open until 7 tonight, right?
Yeah, we open at 2 p.m. for adoptions, and we close at 7 p.m. And as a reminder, we do still process adoptions, and we are still open to the public. Like you said, Eric, we're open today from 2 p.m. until 7 p.m. If you want to come down and get a look at any particular animal or at the shelter animals, we have some staff out in front of the shelter. They will greet you. They will check you into our system. And depending on what you're here for, they'll have you wait in your vehicle until we have that service ready.
Gotcha.
It doesn't take long. It's not all that cumbersome. But just to remind folks that we do still process normal services here. it's just a little bit different process than it was before.
Well, I appreciate once again, Nick and Jessica joining us. We're kind of coming to time here. It's Pet Connection once again. We met today, Toby, James, and Layla. Definitely call that number 868-7120. And next week, Wednesday, 10 a.m., we're here every week with the amazing team at Kern County Animal Services. Love you guys as always. Appreciate you always. Doing a great job out there, and keep it up. And we'll see you next week right here with Energy 95.3 and Kern County Animal Services.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.